And the beautiful Gifty Andrew Apia is here. How are you?
I'm not bad at all.
Had a good night?
Yes.
Yes and no. All right.
Yes, I had a good night with my niece. Actually.
Yeah, you see, huh?
Yeah.
All right, it's always good. Right, so let's do
So
the
time
daily
to do
graphic.
the newspaper.
I'll take the Ghanaian
Okay.
Times.
So I feel like I'm not saying something. I feel like there's something I have to say that I'm not saying.
Please
I don't
say
really
it.
know. I can't remember.
You can't pinpoint.
No.
You can't just figure it out.
No.
All right. Maybe it's something about clashes, ethnic clashes, maybe.
No, not necessarily.
Right.
There's something.
Maybe you want to motivate us about something?
I guess so. I
Okay,
guess
say
so.
it.
Well, I guess I'm just tired, but I'm motivated by the fact that I'm coming to talk to people, by the fact that I'm coming to encourage other people to have a good day and to enjoy their day. So I think that's something that's been on my heart. So whatever it is that you're going through, whatever it is that you are expecting in life, just hope and trust in God and it will happen. This is my own little motivation.
How did your quiet time go today? You listened to Joel Elston or something?
How did you know? Because I don't listen to him often.
I
today.
don't listen. Oh, I listen to him once in a while, and today I did.
Oh, okay. So that was what he was talking about, right? That God will turn your test is about to become your testimony.
Yes.
Are you sure you listened to that one?
I did.
Okay, I also did actually, and I think it's a very good motivation for the morning. I hope your day goes very well. Daily Graphic, very disturbing story. It's one of the stories that we brought to you in our news bulletin. It says that ethnic clash leaves 2 dead at Agbogloshi in Accra, and it comes with a picture of the police. ASP Efiatenge, I see him there. Is that Kwesi Fori I see in the picture? I think, I think so. And then 13 Delta Force members fined 31,200 cedis. They're paying 2,400 each. Serve a jail term. And then another picture of actually what 1, 2, 3, 4 people. Pastor, 3 others arrested for alleged armed robbery, and the suspects are Pastor Isaac Chumesi, Samuel Atongo, Kofi Abanga, and Andrews Buama. Another story on the front page is small-scale mining leases not ratified by Parliament. That's according to Occupy Ghana. That's obviously a story that won't go away. Galamsey, we're looking into that development very closely, the media. And right, so there's actually the names for those in the picture on the Daily Graphic. It says that DCOP Osaberima Owari Asari Pinkro III, the Accra Regional Police Commander, and then he's briefing the media after the clash, looking on some of the officers, of the police command. And that story is on page 3. And you've seen that story already, so there's no need to go through it once again. Let me quickly check what's up in the center spread. Self-driving cars dream. That looks like an opinion, something that someone has written. And then sustainable use of medicinal plant, key to phytomedicine industry. Okay, that story is on the front page. On the back page, it says exposed electricity meters, cause of fire outbreaks. That's according to Ghana National Fire Service. And it comes with a rather disturbing picture of there's an electric pole there, and it has a meter connected to it, and you can see that the meter is in flames there. Very disturbing one. And notice of installation, that's all on the back page. Grab yourself a copy, the Daily Graphic, and get to know the details.
Okay, so we have on the front page of the next paper, the Ghanaian Times, 50 arrested for vandalizing police station. But the main story is on the front page of the Ghanaian Times. Delta Force escapees fined 2,400 Ghana cedis each.
Lots of people have said that.
A lot of people had a lot to say about this.
About this.
Cool chop, they said.
2,400.
Yeah.
I mean, personally, I think it's not deterrent enough if you want to stop people from committing such acts of lawlessness.
So it means that the next time any group of people or persons could go to a law court, ramshackle it.
And pay 2,400. But, well, the judge in her wisdom, like they say, decided that this is okay. And so hopefully... And they're going to have to sign a bond, I think, for 6 months or so. Right. So hopefully that will help us tame them.
We have 2 killed at Agbogloshi as Dagombes, Kokumbes clash. And the story is on page 3 of the paper, the Ghanaian Times. Media Occupy Ghana, DDA declare April 26 red National Red Day, and I have a lot to say about this. It's in the center spread, and it says the Media Coalition Against Illegal Mining has declared Friday, April 26, a National Red Day to exert pressure on government to stop illegal mining, popularly known as Galamsey in the country. The coalition with support from civil society group Occupy Ghana and the Dintra Development Association, that's the DDA, an association of areas affected by Galamsey activity, said that challenge illegal mining posed to the country was not only of future consequences but present as well. During a sensitization visit to the Ghanaian Times Corporation, publishers of the Ghanaian Times and the Spectator, and a member of the coalition in Accra, the group said the time to end Galamsey in the country was now in quotes. I believe so too. I hope that we can exert the needed pressure.
So on 26th of April, they want everybody to wear red, I believe?
I believe on radio, TV.
Okay, well, I'll come in my red, hopefully. I'll find one.
National Red Day, April 26th. I'm going to buy a red
dress.
You know, like some of the pastors. Yeah, no, red suit. I'm going to buy it.
Oh, no, you don't need to go far. I know
where I can buy it.
Yeah, I mean...
My problem is that when I buy, I have to wear it only for that day. I'm sure the next day I can wear it again.
You never know.
When?
You never know when another red day will be declared.
Anyway,
okay.
So those are the stories. On the back page, we have work progressing on Kaswa Amasaman Road. And we know construction works on the 29-kilometer Kaswa Amasaman Road in the Ganwes district in the Greater Accra region is progressing steadily. The cost of the project is set to be 12.5 or 12.4 million Ghana cedis. It was awarded to the Brazilian firm Queiroz Gaval. It's almost 50% complete. They've been doing a number of projects in Ghana. Okay.
Is that it for you?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, so that's it for the Ghanaian Times. I have in my hand the Daily Guide, and the Daily Guide comes, of course, with that story of the Agbogboshi clash. It appears to give much more prominence, by the way, to what happened with the Delta forces in Kumasi, because that has a bigger space actually on their front page, and it says 13 Delta force plead guilty, fined 31,000 cedis, and on the right corner, on the left corner, you have bloody clash, 2 dead at Agbogboshi. Security personnel at Agbogboshi, seen as that tiny bit of picture that they insert in there, and then C4C Hospital marks homeopathic week. Those are the stories on the front page of the Daily. I almost said the Delta Force of the Daily Guide, and the center spread actually has a story of Miss Ghana SA Michelle Danso. In the story, he says, "I am dark and beautiful." But in the center spread as well, you see a picture that has been going around on social media, and I think it's part of the anti-Galamsey fight. It says there's a certain river in China, and then we put the Pra River here in Ghana alongside, we juxtapose it, and you see a huge difference between those two. There's a very interesting story I found in here. We're talking about Galamsey. There's another story here. It says Galamsey kills 5 miners. Daily Guide has gathered that 5 miners have died at Bani in the Talensi district of the Upper East region following an accident that occurred in a mining pit on Friday. Well, that story is all about a blast. It was actually a blast, and initially the numbers reported were supposed to be 7. So I don't know why Daily Guide is reporting 5. But listen to the story, Roland. Cop stops, kisses young lady. A young lady, Nanama, who was stopped in the middle of the night on the street and kissed by a policeman, said she felt defiled and violated. The Police Intelligence and Professional Standards, PIPS, is currently investigating the bizarre incident. So why would a policeman stop someone and kiss them?
Yeah, that's weird. That was weird and bizarre. Yeah.
Yeah, is it that he's gnashing or something, or he has a problem, like psychological problem?
I think he has a problem. And if you read the story further, it said that he said he didn't know why he did it.
He just wanted to kiss the girl.
I don't know. Whether he was possessed or something.
I see. Well, there's an interesting cartoon here. Maybe you should just see it quickly, and then we move on from the Daily Guide. State vehicles warning. It says no tear robber whatsoever. Honor what it meets take them like that. Use them well, make it last. But that is it comes with a picture or a caricature that looks.
Oh,
you're
reading it in fancy, but this one is Ono Giono. I know that
That's the funniest thing.
Honors the honor,
Honors the honor.
but it's honor.
Oh my God. Okay. Honor Giono. So no tear rubber whatsoever. It comes with a caricature that looks like the president. I'm not sure if it is. It says "New King, New Ban." Someone in the corner there that looks actually like Roland saying "New King, New King, New Ban." So
where am I in the corner? Somewhere.
Somewhere there. You are the one saying "New King, New Ban."
Wallahi.
And this is my Akosia, epic Akosia.
Yeah,
of course,
that's funny.
it for the Daily Guide.
All right, so we have the Daily Dispatch newspaper, and this one is quite interesting. It takes us back to the issues of the elections on the front page. It says 29 seats were apparently won in the 2016 parliamentary elections, but apparently many of the seats were less than 1,000 votes won. That's those who won. They won by just less than 1,000 votes. 29 seats were won in 2016, and by less than 1,000 votes. In all, we have 34 constituencies, Greater Accra, but 29 of them were won by less than 1,000 votes. Okay, it means that they are swing. They could change any time. The next time there's an election. So if you're an MP of the among any of the 29 constituencies, and you think that you're safe, you're not safe. You just need to work a lot harder. Try to, but it has a lot of underpinning. If you read the story further, it says why we have 17 out of the 34 MPs in Greater Accra hailing from other regions. And it's on the front page of the Daily Dispatch. I wish that you take the paper, get a grip of the paper. On the back page, it explains further by saying that the 2012 population and housing census gave the ethnic mix of Greater Accra region as being 18 etc. percent, Ghana 17 etc. percent aware, and then you have 10 etc. percent being Fante, and then Dangbe 10% extra, 8% for Ashanti, Equipment, and so you get the dynamics of the politics of the region. But it also means that the Greater Accra region is becoming a lot more cosmopolitan, and it will get a lot more by 2020 and even 2024 further. So it could come a time in Greater Accra where we're having MPs who necessarily do not hail from the region, because some people were born here and are going to grow up in those communities and will become MPs but don't come from Greater Accra. I mean, that's what it means. And if you go up a little, that's still back page. It's a GH1 journalist assaulted. It talks about the Ghana Journalists Association condemning an attack on GH1 journalist Redwan Karim Dini Osman.
Who used to be here?
Yeah, he used to be with Joy News as well. And good morning to you. I never heard of this. I think I should have called you. I will do that after. We say that...
I think he said he was at the police hospital.
Okay. I never heard this. And I wish a speedy recovery, or I hope that he's been discharged already. Mr. Usman was assaulted while he covered a fire outbreak at Ashfoam in the North Industrial Area in Accra on Monday night. He said he was prevented from entering the building which had caught fire, but forced his way in to cover the accident or the fire outbreak, and was assaulted in the process, had to gain admission the police hospital here in Accra. Very unfortunate incident. Anything that is against journalists, I'm always first to
everybody should be against
we
it.
Should condemn
everybody
it. We're talking about assault against people by Delta forces, clashes at Abugbloshi. We should talk about our own too. This is condemnable.
We definitely should. It's so note on, and it's quite instructive that the GJA is quick to speak on this matter. I guess it's about time. And I hope that it's not because of the elections. It's not because the GJA is...
But back in the day when I used to be active, I had been assaulted, I think each election year from 2000, I'd been assaulted up to 2000, I believe, 8.
I see.
Yeah,
I see.
Each time. Serious assaults, but... You know,
sorry about that. But anyway,
we didn't have the GJA coming out forcibly, but now I think
that's what I'm saying. That I hope it's not linked to the election, so that the GJA is not being seen to be working because election is close by. Even though there are issues.
Oh, I get your point. You mean the GJA election?
Exactly, exactly, and that.
But it's also good
thing.
If a candidate will come out quickly and.
It's a good thing, isn't it? Okay. Well, that's my former boss at the GBC anyway. Alfie Moni, good morning to you, wherever you are. If you are not watching, someone will tell you, I'm sure. Well, I have the Finder newspaper. The Finder newspaper's front page says, police nab 50 rioters in Dawn Soup at Ekbu, Halfa Sini over attack on police station. We brought you that story yesterday on the Pulse at 3 o'clock. Ekbu. In Halfa Sini. in Halfasini in the Western region. Yesterday we spoke to the Member of Parliament and he said that he confirmed
Who's the Member of Parliament for the area?
Paul Essien. We spoke to him. He said that he actually confirmed it and said the police raided the town, but then some of the town folk had raided the police station earlier because someone had died in custody and they thought that it was a fault of the police. So it's a very interesting story. I believe that the Finder may have printed their copies before the Agbogbloshie incidents. That's why they don't have it at their front page. But 2 died in Kokumba. Oh, actually they have it, but they don't have pictures. 2 died in Kokumba Dagoma clash at Agbogbloshie. Accra-bound truncated Starball flight wasn't in danger, according to the CEO. Group Ideal President donates computers to UCC, and 13 Delta Force members fined 31,200. A story is dominating the headlines, and quickly let me just go through. President urges British Airways to upgrade service quality. Well, they better do. And then somewhere in the middle, it says AMA.
You don't like their service?
Well, I don't have comments right now. AMA boss embarks on familiarization tour of sub-meters. If you recall, this is the new young AMA boss. We're looking to see Jessoa, see what he does. But there's a very interesting story here. I read one of them, 18 reasons why overly attached boyfriends are the absolute worst people ever. Are you one of those people who like to cling on to their partners? Or you are?
I'm a husband, so I don't know how I fit into a boyfriend category.
No, not talking about a boyfriend. We're talking about a man-woman relationship. Okay. Are you those kind of people who they're always clinging on to people like yeah, very overly attached.
No.
They're all over the place.
No,
You're not. That you'd be quite boring. Okay. Okay, so Newmont, honor your commitment to transparency. That's civil society organizations demanding that. They are tying that the Newmont's commitment to the communities into the new, the awakened, or what is that? The revived fight against Galamsey. That story is an opinion. You can grab a copy and read it for yourself. That's it for the Finder newspaper.
Okay, so we have to look at the online portal. So we first always go to MyJoyOnline.com. And Gifty, we have a couple of the things there on MyJoy Online. So we have to start with, is it what we're starting with?
We have to start from number 1.
Yeah, okay, so.
Definitely.
Okay.
First Lady calls for unity among Queen mothers, and the First Lady has tasked Queen mothers of the Greater Accra to unite for the necessary development of the region. I think it's a very good call. Over the years, we've seen the yeah. You know, I still find it I think this will stay with me for a very long time.
But you know, sometimes
so it didn't make sense to me.
Like, what are they talking about? Some of the spellings of languages along the coast, like Ewe and then Ga and Fanti. So you find DZI, and they run through many of the and TSI, and you have a couple of them.
Okay,
like for example, in our TSI is Chi, and then Infante, and then Chi in Ga as well. So China. China for 4 KDB. China is a cow.
You know, I still can't get over it actually.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway, so
linguistics is quite funny.
So that's a good call by the First Lady, because over the years we've seen the kind of turmoil that has characterized the traditional council, the Ghana Traditional Council, you know, misunderstandings, disagreements here and there. So it's a good call, I think, by the First Lady.
Yes, it is.
Minority wants Strat to investigate Ameri fact-finding committee. Now, the minority in Parliament is calling on the Commission of Human Rights and Administrative Justice to investigate the committee that reviewed the Ameripa deal. Now, the case they're making is that how can you investigate somebody and make the person buy you first class and business class tickets?
Go and stay in first class hotel.
Yes, and give you money for shopping.
Actually, but Dubai is nice, so if I have Ameripa paying my thing.
No, but seriously, you're supposed to investigate them. I mean, it doesn't make sense that you'd investigate somebody and want them to...
So our problem is that what? Ghana, our problem is what?
They won't try to investigate.
Okay. I think it kind of compromises their neutrality of the committee itself. That's what your point is.
So I
agree.
I don't know.
I agree.
Anyway,
I agree.
So the third story will be: are we able to move on from there, directors? Okay, we are. A brave dog dies in blast after fighting female suicide bomber. Wow, suicide bomber in Nigeria. A dog in northeastern Nigerian town. Okay, you obviously don't want me to read that, but that's an interesting story.
Next story.
Cocoa farmers promise better lives under Cargill Cocoa Sourcing Limited. Former President John Mahama there with those people. Borussia Dortmund team was involved in explosion before Monaco game. I hope nobody was injured. I'm not sure.
There was one player who was injured.
Oh, sorry. At least no one died. That's a good thing. Ray Soa appointed MD of GCB Bank. GCB Bank. Don't want to talk about them so much this morning. African migrants sold in slave markets. But seriously, we should, anyway. Well, let's move on then. And Chinese embassy threat won't stop fight against Galamsey. That's according to Mustafa Hamid, who speaks for the president and also the Minister of Information. Yesterday he was on the morning show, the Super Morning Show. And another story there on myjoyonline.com. Mahama Idrisu, others can stop Kokumba Dagomba clashes MP. That's according to Nilan Tivandapo. Yesterday he was speaking on News Night on radio about what's happening in Agbogbulushi. So, yeah, that story about the Kokumbas, Dagombas at Agbogbulushi market.
Let's go to the Africa page of the BBC before we go.
Okay, you take that.
Africa page of the BBC. Oh, this is the world. Okay, so let's go. Blast hit German football team bars. We're talking about Borussia Dortmund, and Mark Batra is apparently hurt. He's a defender in the team, and I'm sure Benedict Owusu, when he comes in, will tell us a lot
give us
more.
more. You remember this story? The United boss story for horrific incident. The man who was...
oh, the gentleman was an Oriental. Okay, was an Asian, kind of.
Well, he looks like it, but it doesn't necessarily mean
that he is.
Anyway, well, where's the African page, by the way? We should get the African page. All right, City. Kokoma Dagoma clash leaves 2 dead. That's the top story. AG must appeal Delta Force escapees fine. Oti Bless. It's very interesting that it's coming from Oti Bless, but anyway, it's worth listening to. Chiefs can't stop Galamsey. That's according to Ochihene. Okay, Kokumba Dagomba clashes leave 2 dead, others hospitalized. I don't condone Galamsey, according to Ochihene. Well, he's replying to his critics on that story. Other stories, media's fight against Galamsey, commendable. Media Foundation for West Africa is saying that. NADEF named corporate foundation, I don't know exactly what that is. But GIPS likely to provide interoperability for telcos. That's a very controversial story that has to do with the SIPTN switch system and that 4.6 billion contract. When people said GIPS could have done that, so it's quite instructive that GIPS is about to do that. President Akufo-Addo has replaced John Mahama as the co-chair of the United Nations Secretary General something. It goes on
the SDG, Sustainable Development Goals.
Okay, it's quite logical, isn't it?
All right, so we have to look at sports, and Benedict also is here to give us the latest highlights from the first leg of Tuesday's round of Champions League matches. Did you watch any of the matches?
Of course I won't. I don't.
You didn't?
No.
Yeah.
I don't watch
I didn't expect you to.
I look for the scores on social media.
Right. So which one comes to mind easily?
Arsenal, of course.
Arsenal didn't play yesterday.
Yeah, I didn't watch. That's what I'm saying. I didn't watch. I only listened to...
Can you bring us some tea? Bring us some tea. How do you say it in your country?
Tea. Which country? This is my country.
Your adopted country.
What's the where I went to study?
Okay, your adopted country.
Tea. Can I have some tea?
Can you bring us some tea?
Can I have some tea, please?
All right. So we'll bring you sports next, and Benedict also will be
standing by.